Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast.
You've been eating stuff.
Eating stuffing mix.
The Mountain from Game of Thrones, if you ever watched it.
He has a little brother called The Hill.
Shut up. Shut up.
Elon Musk, one of the most intelligent people out there.
His son is going to have a lifetime of bullying.
This episode has no special guests. it's just Sean and Michael. It's just us. We're here. Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast. My name is Michael.
My name's Sean.
How are you today, Sean?
Good. Episode 33 of the Young Crumbs podcast.
That is our name, and that is what.
And that is the
we're
number.
on.
You always forget the number, Michael. Man, come on.
I find no need to keep track of it because you do
Why
it
is
for
that?
me.
Oh, okay.
You know those things in life.
There's been a
where
few times.
You become a bit complacent because like other people take care of those things for you.
Yeah, you're a bit complacent on this podcast,
Yeah,
Michael.
yeah.
Need I remind you, I have a replacement set up for you. So if you drop the ball one more time. You have a replacement for me, though.
Do you pay them?
You said it. Nah, no. I don't pay you.
That's why
I pay you in stickers.
Yeah, every week Sean gives me a Young Crumbs podcast sticker,
Running out.
and I'm running out of places to put them.
Uh-huh.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
My windscreen is almost entirely covered.
You should put it on the skateboard that's mine that you bought. You idiot.
Wow. Okay,
Me and
go on
Michael.
there.
Me and Michael bought. I bought a skateboard a little while ago, and Michael was like, "I bought a skateboard." I was like, "Oh, sweet. What'd you get?" He's like, "Oh, it was just a cheap one." And I'm like, "Oh, same with mine. What color is it?" He's like, "Oh, it's blue." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, "It's got the logo on the top of it too." I'm like, "Oh, that's sick. Is the brand called Blind?" He's like, "Yeah, no, that's it." And I'm like, "And it's blue." He's like, "Yep." And I'm like, "You bought mine." He's like, nah.
It's a different shade of blue.
To be fair, it's like slightly different. You can
is
tell.
slightly
They're not
different.
exactly the same, so it might be like a painting thing.
It's like grabbing two pieces of wood and saying, "This is the same piece of wood." No,
Well, you'd pay the same for the
No.
same piece of wood, wouldn't you?
no, it's the same species, but it looks very different. You know.
We've got the same species of
Same
board.
species
Sorry,
of
my bad. Let
skateboard.
me get that right. The same species of board.
Tell you what, though,
What?
when we go to the skate park,
Yeah.
they're gonna look at me and be like, "He probably had it first," to be honest,
No way, mate.
because
no way.
I'm that much better than you.
Nah, mine's all scratched up, but because they'll be like, "Oh, this guy's pretty experienced."
He must be good.
Yeah.
Must have bought that second hand.
Nope. He must have bought a second hand. No way, mate. No way. In sick.
Hello there.
Michael,
Yes,
it's almost December. Actually, no, it's not.
it is almost.
It's
December.
like middle of November as time of recording. It's the season of giving.
Do you think?
You know what I mean?
Would you say the Christmas season started? Because you go to the shops and
Yeah,
they reckon
100%.
they reckon it started.
As soon as Halloween ends, it's pretty much the Christmas season. Although, like, it takes a little while for people to, especially those Grinches. You know what I mean?
I hate it.
You hate Christmas.
Yep. No, I like Christmas Day. Lovely ham. Couldn't get better. And
So
family.
you like Christmas then?
In order of things that I like about Christmas,
Mm.
it goes ham at the top,
Not the family, the ham.
presents. No. Sorry. Presents is last.
Ooh.
Family,
Presents is last.
Christmas poppers.
I can think of some other things that are
So it goes
below that.
ham, family, Christmas poppers,
Mm.
and then present giving.
Where does the pork crackling fit on that scale?
Oh, we're not really a pork crackling at Christmas family.
Get out of here, bro. You haven't. You're doing Christmas wrong then. That's why you're so upset about it.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you just get it from us, right? Because we've had belly without crackling for years.
Oh, no.
Do we
You
give our
figured it
crackling to you?
Like your uncle just
We
deals
offload
it.
the crackling.
Deals it out the back.
Yeah.
That shit's so good. But
gift giving.
it's the season of gift giving.
It is.
Now look, I'm firmly in the camp of I love giving gifts to people. Especially a really good one. You know when you've just nailed it? You're like, oh, this person's gonna love this.
Oh, yeah. I like
And they love
giving
it.
gifts.
And like, or you find something funny, like a stupid book that they won't like. Like, you know, just something funny.
Yeah,
you know?
it's so
I like
fun.
that. Fun. Like it's exciting.
Fun. That's what
I love
Christmas
it.
is about.
Now, I know you don't like receiving gifts.
I hate receiving gifts.
Now, I guess that's a bit different to giving gifts.
It is.
I think I prefer giving than receiving, so I'm totally on board.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't mind receiving them.
So the reason I don't like receiving gifts
Please explain.
is because rarely people are good at giving gifts.
Okay.
At least in my experience.
Ooh.
Like, I'll get a gift and I'll be like, why?
Wow.
Like, why did I get this?
Everyone that's given you a gift,
Lyndall's never given me a gift.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no. Lyndall, sorry. Lyndall's she's a live audience member.
We have a live audience member, and she's very angry about that comment.
She has given me one gift, and it is probably the best gift I've ever received.
And I got that gift too, and it's awesome.
And it was before we were even dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or like officially dating.
Well, there you go.
We were friends at the time, and she went and did that.
Lyndall, you know you've set the bar really high now. Like,
Now that
it's
I
going to be
think
really hard to top that. You know what I mean?
How do you top a custom beer koozie?
Do you have a story of receiving something and going, oh, this isn't really what I wanted? Because we've all been there. We've all received something, and you're like, oh, like maybe you've already got it.
Do we want to talk about the pen?
Oh, do you want to bring that up? I wasn't talking about that. I was saying if you had another one.
You know, a dartboard.
That's not a bad one.
Kind of cool, but it's like
I got
where would I put it?
It's a few years ago, and I opened it up. My poor auntie, she bought me FIFA 14.
Oh no!
And it was like 2018. And if you've ever
no.
played FIFA, you know the old ones are just like they just die off as soon as you get them. You know what I mean? Because they're all like pretty much the same.
Yeah.
No one plays FIFA.
It's a
14.
yearly game.
Yeah.
We'll talk about another yearly game later.
Yeah, later. But I got it, and I was like, oh, like. She tried, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like, I'm not angry. I'm just upset, you know? I'm disappointed.
So disappointed
Now,
by this gift you've got.
What I wanted to talk about was...
Oh, wait. Before we...
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you've said you like something? We have a friend that's like this. He's like expressed that he likes something. Yeah. And then all you get is that thing.
Yeah.
So we have a friend who's really
it.
into Star Wars. He's not like I would say he's pretty into Star Wars.
Like likes it, but
like,
not his whole entire personality isn't Star Wars.
Isn't Star Wars. But whenever like we do like friendship group KK like
presents,
like like whatever KK presents, he always gets Star Wars paraphernalia. Like something like a calendar or a Lego set or a
t-shirt,
something Star Wars related.
And it got to the point where like,
and it's just like stop giving me Star Wars.
Yeah. It was like we'd get. Everyone would get their persons, and he's like, I bet I'm going to get Star Wars again. And it was just like turned into a funny sort of meme because he's like,
I told my mum when I was like 7 years old that I liked Turkish Delights. Like I had a Turkish Delight, and I'm like, these are really nice. And I ate like 20 Turkish Delights. I was a kid, whatever.
Hey man,
it was
7 years
nice.
old.
Like favorites Turkish Delights.
Yeah.
Every Christmas and birthday since that, like when I was 7. I got Turkish Delights until I was like 16.
Yeah.
And I finally got up the courage to be like, hey, Mum, I don't like Turkish Delights that much. And I haven't for like the last 3 years, but I haven't wanted to say anything. But can you please stop getting me Turkish Delights?
You didn't need to go that far. You could have been like, oh, I don't really like them anymore. Like I used to, but I just don't. But like when you hit it with like the last 3 years, it just makes it even worse. Like you could have just been like, oh, you know, just recently, I don't really like them as much, but nah.
Because you want that memory you want this conversation to stick in her mind.
Oh, wow.
It's a year later. She's going to roll around. She's like, Michael likes Turkish Delights, doesn't he? But then
no, I don't.
I remember that time he was really disappointed in me.
Yeah. See, my dad's in like a very similar situation. He likes Toblerone. So then now
they're
it's
expensive too, and so they're enough of a thing to be a treat. Like you buy them for someone.
Yeah, it's nice chocolate for sure, but like. It's like, oh, what'd you get, Dad? Oh, just a Toblerone. And it's just like, I think he's never said anything, but I feel like it's at the point now where he's like, oh, can you just get me something else? Like, we get him other things, but it's just always like, Father's Days, birthdays. There's a Toblerone in there. Like, it's guaranteed.
Easy. So thanks, darling. I'll Toblerone you later. Hey. Hey, Lisa.
Lyndall, don't laugh. Lyndall, don't encourage it. Don't encourage it, man. Oh, talking about my dad.
It's 2 against 1 here today.
I'm outnumbered. Look, she's holding it in. Oh my god. All right. Here's what I wanted to actually talk about when it comes to gift giving. Okay. Now, have you ever been in a situation where you might be with a significant other or a family member, and you just ask them straight up, "What do you want?" Like, what do you want for Christmas? Oh, yeah.
It's the best way to do it.
See, I also agree, but sometimes people get a little upset that you haven't guessed what they wanted. I've been in situations where I know what I'm going to get them. Like, I have some joke presents, just some, like, cute little ideas. But, like, what do you want in terms of, like, maybe there's, like, something bigger that you want. And I don't want to spend $150 on something that you don't want.
Yeah.
I'd rather you just be like, hey, I want this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm in the boat where it's like, I'd rather someone just be like, hey, like, I just don't really know. Like, just tell me what you want. And I'll just tell them, like, just get this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas...
That's the best way to go.
It's the best way to go. But I feel like sometimes, especially when it comes to significant others, like girlfriends and boyfriends, it might be like, not insulting, but a little like, oh, like you haven't like, don't you listen? You can't figure that out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think those people need to grow up.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, another grow up comment from Michael.
What, you're mad? You're mad that I'm trying to clearly communicate with you? Fuck off.
Oh, wow. Damn.
No, but like, it's just dumb. Okay, no, let me talk you through why I hate receiving gifts. Okay?
You did, didn't you?
No, because like I have a few...
Yeah, people suck.
Like I have a few interests and hobbies, right?
Yeah.
But people that don't know or aren't into those interests and hobbies won't know what to get me within those interests and hobbies, because it's like, it's a pretty niche thing. Yeah. Like I'm into, like, I'm kind of starting to build up a little collection of like woodwork tools. Yes. So I can like start doing some woodwork at home, right? But if mum went and like bought me a chisel set from Bunnings, I'd be like, why? Yeah. You'd rather buy nice ones. I'd rather like a nice set of chisels from this place. It's like, you don't know enough about my interests and hobbies. Like, you don't kind of understand what it is I'm going for here. Yeah. Kind of thing. Yeah. It's, I don't know, like... I get it. You get 100%. What I mean? Yeah. Like, say you were into something like, I don't know, crochet? Like golf, maybe, for example. Golf, like golf's sports. A good one. Sports is a good example. Yeah. Imagine like cricket. And they're like, oh, I bought you this helmet. And it's like, okay. Not a very from good Rebel one. And it was $20. Yeah. Like, I did, like, the helmets I get are, like, very different. I'm looking for something specific. And it's like, you can't meet that kind of thing. I think the best presents come from, like, a presence that you don't realize you need. But once you have it, you're like, holy fuck, how did I live without this before? Yeah. I think that's why like undies and socks are always such a great present. Because you don't realize you need new ones. It's a classic. Until you get new ones. Then you're like, wow, I'm going to throw out all my old ones. It's like we've all heard it. Like when you're younger and you get socks and undies, it's like, man, this sucks. And then now it's like, oh my God, pair of undies. Hell yeah. Don't get me anything else, please. Yeah, enough for real. Mum, enough with the Turkish delights. Get that out of here, bro. I've got see, I when someone asks like someone's going to buy me something. Yeah. I like Lego. I like building Lego. It's fun, and Lego's perfect because like there's a whole range. You know what I mean? When it comes to price range, it's up to you. You can go big, you can go small. Exactly. It's like just get me some Lego. Exactly. So it's like it's up to them what they want to get. Like in terms of, you know, what do I get big and small? And it's always a good time. Lego's, it's like my Turkish delight. I think Lego's timeless. Lego's timeless. So much good. I've always wanted to get just like a big set. You know, this big like what's that big one? The Millennium Falcon one that has like 1,000 pieces. Yeah. I've always wanted like a Death Star. It's like the Death Star. That's like size. A big boy. Yeah. I still have a friend, but back in the day, he used to have a whole bunch of Lego sets in his room, like the big ones too. And I was like so jealous. I was like, oh, I want that. Yeah, man. Your parents can afford Lego. Yeah. Lego's expensive. Lego is expensive. I'm glad you brought that up. You would think that like such a basic toy, which is just some like pieces, plastic, you know, injection molded plastic pieces. Yeah. Injection molding is like a type of plastic manufacturing, in case anyone doesn't know. It's like injection molded plastic pieces. Yeah, you think it would be relatively cheap to produce. It might be, actually. It might be pretty cheap to produce, but it just costs a shit ton. I think it costs a lot to design it. Like, have you built a recent like Lego set like within maybe a year or two? I don't know. They have. I know they have teams of people that are like dedicated Lego set designers. Yeah, and they have all the pieces at their disposal, and they just build stuff. They make Lego sets, and like those things are accurate. Like they look exactly like the thing, like that they're building. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like I build them and stuff every now and then, and like their instructions have just gotten way better. I remember back in the day, it was just like, you know, pretty basic, not too hard to follow. But nowadays, it's like just I can't put my finger on it, but it's just way more advanced, I guess. And like you said, Lego's just timeless, man. You know? Yeah. Well, it's meant for kids. Like it's. I'm sorry.
Young adults. That's a better
young
way.
adults.
Yes. Well, it's made for everyone, really. You can get a whole bunch of different ranges. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I honestly don't think Lego would be around if it didn't have the Star Wars Lego. Like, as in, like,
Do you reckon?
You know how, like, you can make Star Wars ships? Like
Yeah.
Legos. No, I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about, like, the thing. Because, like
the Star Wars branded Lego sets.
yeah.
Like,
because those are definitely the most popular.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that I like the most.
I think you
I like Star Wars.
You might be surprised at how many sets they sell to kids. Like we might see a lot of Star Wars kits because we're friends with people that might have them. But I think they would sell a heap of like Lego City kits.
Yeah.
To a bunch of like kids that are 4 or 5 type of thing.
Yeah.
We had like we'd never had sets growing up. Like it was
you put them in a big tub.
It was rare that my parents would ever buy us like new Lego sets. But we had this giant fuck off plastic tub full of Lego bricks.
Yeah.
Like all sorts of pieces, like wheels, and it was like our hobby at home to make cars. Out of the Lego.
I remember
like that's all we would do. We would make like a little army of cars. It looked like a Mad Max like desert chase scene. Like we had all these different types of cars going on. It was great fun.
It's your own imagination.
Yeah, you match up the Lego man with his outfit to the type of car he's driving. You know, if there's a sleek sports car, put him in a tuxedo. You know?
Yeah, yep.
You know?
I remember I used to have the exact same thing. I had like 3 big tubs of Lego.
Yeah.
And I remember Mum was like, "Oh, print out a little sign that says Lego and you can put it on the tub." And I spelled Lego with 2 G's. I don't know why. That's just funny.
Lego.
But I also had a whole bunch. You ever play with Bionicles? It was like the little action figure things. Those were heaps fun, man.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yep. Were they owned by Lego? Were they like Lego Bionicles?
Probably. I don't think they were ever called Lego Bionicles, but I think they're just called Bionicles. And they were really, don't want to say cheap, but from memory they weren't. Because it's like you get a Lego box set, which is probably like $80, or you can get this little Bionicle and you can play with it, and it's like $15, I think. I don't know if they still make them or not. I'd like to get a Bionicle, please. Yeah. Those are fun.
Bionicles. I was never like into Bionicles. We had Action Men when we were young. They were like Barbie, like Ken dolls, but like action Ken dolls. And they had like spyware or like scuba diving gear or like army vests and stuff like that. I used to play with those. They were good fun. But have you ever seen like Lego knockoffs? They're like cheaper Lego, like Chinese knockoffs. Have
people ever tried to 3D print Lego pieces? I'm sure they've
sure they
done
must have, yeah.
But I remember there being like...
It's just not easy.
I heard people saying that's actually sort of hard to do. But I'm not sure.
Maybe there's probably something about the way that the Lego bricks are designed to be so structural that like...
Yeah, I feel like
because they're very strong.
Hard to measure and like get it right kind of thing.
You know, there's a knockoff Lego brand called Lebo, and they exclusively sell a kebab shop set.
Really? From what do you mean? So it's just a shop that's like kebab themed.
Yeah, called Lebo.
Oh, I just got it. I was so confused there for a second. I was like, where are you going with this? And I was like, oh, Lebo. That makes sense. Tell you what, whoever made that, genius. They've gone, you know what?
Genius.
That's smart. I'll tell you what, when I grew up, I was like, being a Lego engineer would be pretty cool, you know? Designing your own stuff, you know what I mean?
Did you ever watch Lego Masters?
No, I never did. That came out like recently, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't really watch.
Look,
I'm not like other people.
The type of people that build Lego professionally.
How do you build Lego professionally?
A little bit strange.
You think so?
Like they
were kids, but weren't they?
No. A lot of them are adults.
Really?
Like, they're like full-blown adults. They're building huge, they're like works of art out of Lego.
Cool.
Which it is cool.
Wouldn't that take days?
Oh, it would like the challenges were like 8 hours long.
Oh, Lord. Nah. How does that go?
Nah. Oh, imagine
Was it entertaining?
Imagine the blisters you'd get. They all have these special tools for like prying bricks apart.
Yeah, they have those
like
nowadays.
That. Yeah. It's a full sport.
You ever like get like a 6 by 2 stud piece, and then you stick it onto another one. You have to try and pry it, and then you have to get them back out.
Yeah, no.
Use your teeth and stuff and try and get it out.
Or have you ever done like the plates, like the one high?
Yeah.
Like they're only like 2 or 3 mil ply.
Yeah,
maybe like 10 studs by 20 studs.
Yeah,
and you stick it onto another 10 by 20 studs. Oh, and it's just impossible.
What have you done there?
That shit's like, bro.
You may as well just throw it out now. It's gone.
They're still researching how it stays together. They haven't figured it out.
They've used it on the space shuttle.
They're trying to harness the power.
Oh my god, this is some new physics here. We can't figure out why it's so strong.
That's the secret to time
It's
travel.
sticky.
You know the first explosion in Japan in World War II was this them trying to pry apart two Lego pieces.
I heard the nuclear bomb wasn't real. I heard that they just had two Lego pieces and they like pulled it so hard that it just blew up.
It was
You know what I mean?
Lego fission or fusion. Which one's which? Which ones they separate? Which ones they come together?
Fission.
Is when they separate.
Yes.
Lego.
No, fusion's when they put it together because you fuse something together.
Yeah.
And fission's where you
Fusion's
expand
where
it. Yeah.
Is that right? Is that what that means? It's like you're separating an atom.
I think so. I'm not totally certain,
Neither do I.
but
Neither am I.
neither are you.
Neither.
Anyways, I tell you what I want to talk about now.
Go on.
You ever sat in the middle seat in the back of a car, Michael?
Yeah.
At some point in your life?
Plenty of times.
Plenty of times?
Yeah. Because me.
Rated out of 10.
It's pretty awful. Maybe,
Really?
Maybe you like sitting in the middle seat?
Right. No. Let me explain a scenario for you, yeah?
Okay.
So you and two other mates, so three all together,
Right.
going to get some food or something, yeah?
Okay.
So your mate's drive,
Yeah.
he's picked up the other mate before you,
Yeah.
and then he's come to pick you up. So you're hopping in the back seat, right? You sit in the middle seat, or you sit on the side seats?
Middle.
Really?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Depends on the vibe.
What do you mean?
Depends what we're going to go eat.
We're eating Mexican food.
Okay.
Are you sitting in the middle?
Maybe.
Just give me a straight answer, man. Like, damn. Say yes or no.
I have before, so I'm gonna.
Yeah,
say
so
yes.
have I,
I'm gonna
but
say yes.
I remember
I feel like it's just a better way to be in that conversation.
Exactly. So you sit in the middle and you're in the middle of the conversation, so you can hear what the people in front of you are saying.
It's a nice triangle because you can't hear shit. When
You can't hear anything when you're on the left or
behind
right.
that person. Whoever you're behind, you can't hear.
You can't hear anything. You can't hear anything. It's so annoying. So
Yeah, sit in the middle.
I remember a little while ago, like a long time ago, like I want to say I was like, I don't know. I sat in the middle seat with two friends. I don't know who they were, but I remember them going, "Why just sit in the middle? That's heaps weird."
Judged for it.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, did people not do this?" And then I sat, and then for the rest of my
Sorry, let me sit in the back.
in the rest of my sorry life, I've been sitting on the side seats. But can we just
Let's
Can we
normalize
just-
middle seat.
let's normalize middle seat?
Mm.
It's normal. Well, not yet.
Now.
It will be because it's like you said. You get to like you can't hear anything. You're out of the conversation.
No, you can't.
I get the vibes because sometimes you might be like, no, maybe not in a talking mood. You might
Depends
just
what
want
it
to sit
is.
on the side.
Road
you know?
trip, not the middle.
Oh no way. That'll
No
hurt
way.
your butt too much.
Mm.
But if you're just going for like a little round trip, yeah, sit in the middle so you can like put your elbows up on the seats and be
Yeah.
like, hey, what's going on, guys? You know what I mean?
hey, nice biceps. You squeeze both their biceps.
You squeeze their shoulders.
Hey.
How you doing, boys?
Hey.
You feeling good?
Hey, I'm so keen for Mexican. How keen are you guys for
Oi,
Mexican?
out of 10, what are you going to eat, Mario? Yeah, so the middle seat gets a 10 out
Middle
of 10
seat.
rating.
What about middle seat when you're like, you got two people either side of you?
Nah, that's okay. No, that's
Worst
just weird.
seat by far.
Oh, yeah. So like, if there's
Sometimes-
5 people in a car and you're in the middle, that's bad. Bad news.
Sometimes though, okay, maybe like middle seat dominance is a thing I've noticed. You ever get a middle seat sitter, and they'll man spread.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
straight up, like they'll put their legs normally,
Yeah.
like
And you're going like this.
spread them so they don't care, and then you're on the outside, and you're kind of like moving both your legs to the one side to leave room for their man spread.
Yeah.
And then other times, if you're a more reserved middle seat goer, you'll have your legs together in the middle,
Yeah.
and the two outside will be spreading.
Look, we talk a lot about alpha and betas.
Yeah.
That's just a clear indication of what you are, you know?
You reckon?
Yeah. No,
I
have you
think
ever
it's
been...
a clear indication of lack of respect for the people around you.
Yeah, definitely. That's what an alpha is. But have you ever been this like the exact same situation, but your shoulders?
Yeah.
You can't all
No.
get your shoulders back at the same time.
You
You can't
just-
see shoulder to shoulder.
You
So
and the boys, too buff.
you can't like have.
Yeah, no. I know exactly
I'm trying
what
to
you mean.
explain for the people that can't see what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
You kind of have to sit like side on, so
Yeah.
like your shoulders sort of like
Yeah.
one goes in front and one goes behind.
Yeah.
And it's just really awkward because you're sort of like
Yeah.
scrunched up like this.
In that case, sometimes that middle seat person leans forward
Yeah.
onto the seats in the front,
Mm.
and they have a little private conversation in
And
the
they go, hey,
front.
look at these tosses at the back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
No.
they can't hear us though because we're at the front.
Yeah.
How you going?
Hey. Hey, how we
you
feeling
lean
tonight?
through, adjust that aircon.
You go, hey boys.
You got all the freedom.
What are you guys eating from Mexican?
Maybe the middle seat's the most powerful seat in the car.
I think it is. You can assert a lot of dominance.
You could potentially reach the radio and aircon.
Yeah.
You can adjust that at will.
Yeah.
You
can you?
You can be in the conversations in the front and the back, making you the key negotiator.
Can you imagine you're driving and then just this arm comes out the back and then like turns your aircon down? You're like, who was that?
Me?
What are you doing?
I'm driving home alone from work.
Who's in the back?
Oh shit!
Oh lord! Yeah. I was going to normalize something else.
Oh, okay, go on.
Front seat isn't always good, bro. That's facts.
Mm.
You ever be in the front seat and then like there's boys in the back, all three of them, like three dudes, and they're all having like a funny conversation. You always reach around. Oh, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
Or they're showing something on their phones and they're all having a laugh, and you're like, "Oh, show me."
Shut up.
Middle seat guy, stick your hand up the front.
And then you're not mates with the middle seat guy, so he doesn't reach forward.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh damn.
Fuck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe don't call shotgun.
Man, maybe it's a car.
Maybe don't call shotgun.
I feel like if there is a World War III,
call middle seat.
It's gonna.
So we got shotgun for front seat.
Do you know why it's called shotgun?
No.
Fun fact.
Hit me.
Back in the day when there was horse-drawn like carts and carriages and stuff like that, the person riding shotgun would be in like the front seat next to the
shotgun
driver, for protection, carrying a shotgun.
Yeah.
So I'd carry a shotgun for protection of the driver. So like against bandits or whatever. That's why it's called shotgun.
Bandits. Well, so we got a name for the front seat. What's the name for the middle seat?
Negotiator.
Negotiator, or you just like yell it out. That doesn't fly.
It doesn't roll off the tongue. Pistol. Needs to be 2 syllables.
Pistol.
Pistol? Are we going Remington?
Remington.
Spaz 12.
No, that's still a shotgun, but.
Okay. Or we're just brainstorming guns.
Ray gun.
Ray gun. Brings us into our next topic.
That's the best gun in the game, and it's also the best seat in the car. There you go.
Ray gun.
I call ray gun. Ooh.
Maybe.
Tell you what, it works. You know?
Where's Thunder gun? The back.
That's the boot.
That's the boot.
You ever been in the boot before?
Yeah.
You got kidnapped once, did you?
Yeah.
For the people what?
For the people not understanding what we're talking about, we're listing weapons from Call of Duty Zombies, which is a game mode within the popular franchise Call of Duty.
Yeah, where you said Call of Duty Zombies.
Where you shoot zombies.
Yeah.
But they might not know what that is. You know?
From the popular franchise Zombies.
Coming Call of Duty.
calling Call of Duty me.
We recently got Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You wanted to talk about it?
Well, I said, do we talk about it? But we have like 100% female audience, so it's like...
Exactly.
It's like...
I checked it recently. It's now up to 120.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Oh my lord. 120%.
Yeah.
We just have like 20% of our viewers outside. Oh, sorry, bro.
What's 120% of 10 weekly listeners?
That's a lot.
Wow.
That's 12.
That's 12.
Look.
Yeah,
we'll
Call of Duty.
Brush it off.
I think it's important for people to realize that don't understand gaming, for them to realize like what Call of Duty is. Right? Okay. It's a shooting game, sure.
But what is it more?
But in terms of like achievement in like video game industry. Okay, do you like the franchise model of video game making? I'm talking your Assassin's Creeds, like your yearly releases of the same franchise.
Yeah, nothing beats COD.
It's kind of like the Marvel movie equivalent. There's a new Marvel movie every year. There's a new movie of that. There's a new video game of that franchise every year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So COD comes out nearly every year, a new one.
Yeah.
And I think the reason it's so successful is because it's a very casual game. It's very it's very easy to pick up.
I get so.
It's not. It's like it's easy to pick up, hard to master.
Yeah.
And it's also you have to realize that a lot of the people that buy games have full-time jobs. So logging on and playing 2 games of COD takes like 15 minutes, half an hour.
And then you just
whereas going on to playing like a bit of
solo player games,
like playing a bit of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
You do a mission. I mean, I haven't played Assassin's Creed in a while, but
missions,
COD's just like a very addictive and repetitive game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That just like they have the format locked down.
Yeah.
You've got me.
Yeah,
you got me. Yeah. I'm gonna be. I always buy it every year.
Got both of us. We just bought the new one.
Yeah, we just bought the new one the other day.
So far, pretty good.
Pretty good.
For Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone that cares.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about Lego Masters before, that TV show where they compete and build Lego. And I said 8-hour challenge.
Yes.
And it reminded me of that tattoo. It's like MasterChef, but for tattoo artists.
Yeah. Don't they get bad tattoos on and they fix them?
Not always. Sometimes it's just like a tattoo challenge and
Okay.
they have like a blank canvas, which is, or they refer to like the people coming on to get tattoos as canvases. And they, kind of funny.
Yeah.
But they're like, but you get a tattoo under like competition circumstances, which I cannot imagine a worse way to get a tattoo.
No.
Because they basically scale down the time limit allowed based on how big the tattoo is.
Do you reckon they get it for free?
So like a full back piece. Oh, it must be.
Yeah.
That must be why people do it.
Yeah.
Why would you ever put yourself in that position?
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're also like, have you ever watched it?
No.
No. So basically they're like, there's so much drama on the show because the person, like there'll be a challenge where they have to like talk about tech, like they have to represent texture. They have to like show how good they are at tattooing texture.
Okay.
Right? So like a different animal skin or hair or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the client or like the canvas will come on and be like, this is what I want. And the artist is like, that's not going to work for me with this challenge. Yeah.
Really?
Well,
surely they would
bit.
find people that'll align with the challenge. They don't do
not
that.
all. Oh, they do to a degree, but like there's definitely people that get partnered with like, because it's like the same. It's like that situation where someone wins a mini challenge and then gets to pair up the canvases to the artists.
Yeah.
And so they pick people based on their weaknesses.
Oh, okay.
And so you might get paired with like an artist that sucks at doing hair.
Yeah.
And you want a tiger.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh fuck. Now I'm in this situation where you've got 8 hours to give me a bicep tattoo, yet you suck at this type of tattoo, and I'm stuck into it because of a contract.
Yep.
And it's probably not going to be good, and you're going to be stressed, and I'm going to be stressed. Like, it's just a terrible situation to find yourself in. Not worth the maybe couple of thousand that you would save on a tattoo.
A stupid idea.
A tattoo is more expensive in America.
I don't know. But I'd say what I'm curious. How does
Go
a
on.
tattoo like artist practice?
Pigskin.
Pigskin?
I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Or on themselves.
Oh man, that'd be terrible. How do they do their back?
It would be rough.
People with a mirror and then just zzz. Oh, I missed.
It would be like, oh yeah, maybe not their back.
Yeah. Well, I know
But-
like barbers and stuff. You can get like fake dolls with fake hair.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
But yeah, like I'd be so nervous working on pigskin, and then you have your first like
It'd be super
I guess
different.
customer.
Yeah.
I guess
I think
you have to be a very good drawer too.
Oh, you'd have to be
Tattoos come up very often on
you have
this,
to be a
this podcast.
natural artist. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about like designing? I know you've expressed interest in getting a tattoo,
I think everyone has.
but have you ever thought about designing your own?
Nah, no way. I'd have no idea what I want. I'd get something if it mattered a lot to me, like something very personal.
Yeah.
Might get some themed around it,
Yeah.
but I don't care about anything except Call of Duty Zombies. That's why I got this tattoo right here, Michael. Have a look.
Oh my god! Tattoo reveal live on the podcast.
Yeah, look at that. Call of Duty Zombies right there.
Yeah.
It's just a love heart and it just says zombies.
Get all the perks, the upgrade perks.
Oh yeah,
That'd be kind of cool.
that's a decent idea. You see people get tattoos with like video games theme stuff.
I'm
a bit like.
You might laugh at me.
Oh, this is the Rocket League.
I
one,
wanted a
wasn't it?
Rocket League tattoo.
What was it again?
It's just the Octane, the car that you drive in that game.
Where are we gonna put it?
On my forearm.
See, I think you and I don't know if I had this conversation with you, but we might be in the same boat in terms of if we're going to get a tattoo, it's going to be the full thing. Like I like a full sleeve or a half a sleeve. I wouldn't want just like little dots and random stuff
Yeah.
around on me. You get what I'm saying?
See, I'm the opposite. I kind of like that like that kind of pick art style.
Yeah, see, that's where you're wrong. Yeah, you're just wrong.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Nah, your opinion is invalid because you don't have a tattoo. Because I do. Look, the zombies one right here.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. It's on his bicep. It's huge.
It's massive.
Your bicep, not the tattoo.
Anyways,
Anyways,
what do you got here?
Australian rhyming slang.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard of it?
No. Well, I've heard of one.
Which is, okay, so sometimes in Australia, for our one American listener, people call, actually, I think maybe most Australian people
We'll just quickly
get
explain it.
this.
So
Okay.
there's like rugby league. It's pretty much rugby league, right? The Oztag. Are you talking about Oztag? You can talk about
No,
Oztag?
rhyming slang. What are you talking
I was
about?
talking about meat pies. How
Oh,
we took-
yeah.
So this
that's
topic came up because
Okay.
I was like, Michael, you've played a bit of rugby union. Have you heard of a meat pie before? Because one of my friends was like, because he plays Oztag,
Yeah.
and he was having a conversation. He's like, "Oh, did you win tonight?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah." He's like, "Did you get a meat pie?" And I thought he meant like an actual meat pie. I was like,
Stop by 7-Eleven.
I'm like, nah, I didn't. He's like, "Oh, damn, so no one got to try." And I was like, oh, no, like, oh,
We scored
never
some
mind.
tries
Like, I've never heard of meat pie before.
Then
Then I asked another friend who played rugby league for a bit. He's like, yeah, like, that's just what it is in rugby league. It's called a meat pie. And then I asked you, and you're like, I'm not sure. And then that's where we are now.
Yes. It has a name. It's called Australian rhyming slang.
Mm.
And there's a few others. I'm going to throw some at you.
This is a little test.
And I'm going to see. See, sometimes you can listen to the rhyme and be like, oh, I'm guessing that means that. I might even put these in a sentence. I might say them. If you want it in a sentence,
All right. Yeah. Okay.
I'll say it. Okay.
Okay.
We're starting hard.
All right.
This
Oh,
is
shit.
it. This
Okay.
is on Wiktionary.
Wiktionary.
Wiktionary, which is like Wikipedia dictionary.
Okay.
Okay. Adrian Quist.
What?
Adrian Quist.
Can you spell that for me?
Okay. I've had so many beers. I'm Adrian Quist.
You're just not sober. You're drunk.
What rhymes with Quist?
Oh, piss.
There
You
you
need
go.
a piss?
No, pissed.
Busting for a piss or
Pissed.
something?
Pissed.
Oh, you just pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, so like
So,
I was technically
I'm
right.
Adrian Quist. I'm pissed.
That's a funny one. Oh man, I'm
And it
Adrian Quist, bro.
Comes from, he's a well-known Australian tennis player from the 1930s and 40s.
Oh yeah, well known. Everyone knows him.
It also sometimes gets replaced with, man, I'm Oliver Twist.
That sounds
You know?
good. I prefer the other
I
one.
think Quist is better.
Quist is better.
All right.
Hit me.
Al Capone.
Okay. Use it in a sentence.
On the wall of your house, you might have a Al Capone.
Al Capone.
On the wall of your house, you might have an Al Capone.
I'm trying to think of something that rhymes with it. I'm not sure. Hit me.
Telephone.
Al Capone telephone.
Yeah.
Can I use your Al Capone? Well, that's pretty funny.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you might be able to get this one.
Oh, here we go.
A Billy Hunt.
Billy Hunt. Am
It's
I meant
usually
to know what it
It's
is?
usually just the rhyming of the second word.
Hunt. Replace the H with the C.
Correct.
Oh, is that actually what it is?
Yeah, that's it. So
Can you use it in a sentence for me? Oh, she's a massive Billy Hunt.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what it is?
Or she's a sick Billy Hunt.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I prefer just the actual word.
Yeah.
It's a bit easier to say. Yeah.
Boat race.
Boat race.
Face.
Face.
Oh, this is a good one.
He's got a pretty boat race.
Got to go to work.
Okay.
Make the Bugs Bunny.
Make the money.
Hey. I might
That's
start
a good
saying
one.
that. That's a good one.
Make the Bugs Bunny. Yeah, that's good.
Hey, you owe me Bugs Bunny, mate.
Hey, man, cough up the Bugs Bunny already, would you? That's not as good. I prefer the other one.
All right. I'm trying to find another one.
Yeah.
All right. Mate, I've got a bit of a 5 o'clock shadow. Better go for a Dad and Dave.
Dad and Dave. I'm not sure.
Shave.
Okay.
Did you listen at all to the sentence?
No, I did. I thought it meant like shower. Dad and
Yeah,
Dave.
okay.
Or sleep, maybe.
Okay. Oh, this one's good.
Okay.
All right. You're going to university.
Mm.
Once you graduate, you're going to be a ginger beer.
Ginger beer. I suck at this. What is it?
Engineer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm reading you some.
You're
Is it a long list?
Oh, it's huge. We're
Oh
only
my
up to G.
God.
They're all in alphabetical.
All right.
Put it in a sentence.
Okay. Let's have a look. Harold Holt. When I get my chips, they need a bit of Harold Holt.
Salt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. You got that really good.
I think my dad said that before. Harold Holt.
All right. Oh, my grandma just passed away from Jack the Dancer.
Cancer?
Yeah. Do you know who Harold Holt is?
Yeah, he's the prime minister that went in the ocean and went missing.
They got lost. Oh, man. I just went to the toilet and did a massive James Hurd.
Turd.
Yeah. See,
These are
easy
easy.
because I'm putting in good things for you,
What do
bro.
you mean? I've given you grace.
Oi, quickly. Stop speeding, bro. The late night shoppers might get ya.
Oh, the coppers.
That's a good one. The late night shoppers, bro.
Anyway,
Oh, here we go. Meat pie. Try a score in rugby football.
there you go.
There you go.
We've come full circle.
Meat pie. Okay,
Do you
cool.
think that closes off the segment?
Nah, I want to find more of these. These are funny as. Oh, that guy's such an optic nerve. That's a bit harder.
Nerd?
Perv.
Perv.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, mate, go get your old man a pig's ear.
A beer.
Yeah.
I've heard that one before.
Oh man, Michael, you pen and ink.
Twink? Do you know what a twink is?
No, stink.
It's like a gay man that's like young and boyish looking.
I've heard of this one before. Porky pie.
Don't use it in a sentence. I want to try to figure this
Oh,
out.
okay.
Porky pie.
Porky pie.
Die?
Nah,
Like
lie. You're telling porky pies, mate. Yeah,
I've heard that.
Yeah.
See, like you don't realize you've heard them
Yeah.
until it's kind of said to you, and you're like, "Oh, I have heard that." All right. There's going to be a bit of editing on this segment because it was a lot of
Sandshoe.
Sandshoe. Poo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Imagine just like giving someone something and you just go Sandshoe.
I feel like in context it would work.
You think so?
Yeah.
Nah, no way.
Like you imagine you're sitting around the dinner table
Yeah.
and you get up and you say, Sandshoe.
Yeah.
Or like, thank you, I'm off.
I'm busting for a snake's hiss. It's pretty easy.
Piss.
Yeah. Yeah, woo. Nah, the rest, I think that's about does it.
Yeah.
There's some good ones.
That'll do.
Oh, I gotta get home to the trouble and strife.
Wife.
Yeah.
Trouble and
I gotta get on the old
I
uncle.
like that. What do you think of men referring to their wives as balls and chains?
Tell what I hate. Can we talk about something real quick?
Yeah, go on.
I hate when people say missus.
You don't like missus?
Nah, I hate it.
I don't mind the word missus.
I hate it when I know who your missus is. And
And
they're
you
like,
refer
I've
to-
got to go hang out with my missus. It's like, just
Yeah.
call her by the name, dude.
Yeah.
I know who it is.
Yeah, okay.
It just seems so, I guess, derogatory.
I feel like
It's like, just say, like, I know
usually-
who it
I
is.
feel like it's usually used when you have to kind of justify some sort of behavior.
Yeah.
As if you're ashamed of it. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's what it seems like.
The missus is making me do it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I got to hang out with the missus tonight. Like, it
Yeah.
sounds like a bad thing.
Yeah. Just say
It's
no,
like, oh, I'm hanging out with,
sorry, date night with
yeah,
whoever.
XYZ.
Sean.
Just say who it is.
Yeah.
Unless I don't know who it is, then it's fair enough.
Is
But-
there a female equivalent or like a
As in, like, what a girl would say when
Yeah,
they're hanging out with their
yeah,
boyfriend.
like
No, because they would just
hubby?
be like,
Maybe hubby.
yeah, but that's not really derogatory.
I feel like it
I've
does.
gotta
the,
hang out with my
I feel like
hubby.
it does the opposite thing. It's
Yeah.
like it goes from. I feel like maybe Mrs. portrays like quite a needy thing. It's like, oh, I got to hang out with the Mrs.
Yeah.
But then hubby is like, got to take care of the hubby.
Yeah,
As in,
see,
like, I need to help someone.
I don't think it's that deep, Michael.
You
I'm
don't
not
think
sure.
so?
No, I
I
don't
feel
think
like
so.
hubby kind of has that
So
connotation.
this is where we could ask the audience.
All right, I
Are
have a question.
60% female.
Yeah. Is there?
You popped your little head up over there, Lyndall.
Is there, when guys say misses, is there an equivalent for girls talking about their boyfriends or husbands? Boyfie.
Boyfie.
Boyfie. I hate that.
You hate that?
Never call me your
Do you hate
boyfie.
being called Mrs. Lyndall? Like if Michael's like, I got to hang out with the missus tonight.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's true.
We are not married.
You are not married?
No, not that I know of.
Can I get
Let me,
confirmation?
let me check my finger.
Let me just...
Yep, not married.
No finger there.
No finger there.
We-
I have 4 fingers. Whoa.
We are all clear. Mate, someone's like, I got to hang out with the missus. Like, give me a hand. Give me a hand. Oh,
Bites my finger off.
there's no ring there, mate.
No ring there, mate.
You're telling porky pies.
Looks like you're coming to the strip club instead. Because that's what it is, isn't it?
That's what you guys do when I'm hanging out with the missus, isn't it? You fucking dicks.
If you're not with the missus, you're at the strip
You're
club.
at the strip club.
Throwing dollars and having...
Having what, Michael?
What's the
Finish
one
that
for beer?
sentence.
What's the one for beers?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. There's a long list of those things.
Steak and chips. Surely there's one for steak and chips. Let's make one up. Let's make up an Australian rhyming slang for steak and
Steak
chips.
and chips. There's going to be so many gaps here that I have to edit out. Of course, this is the episode where I have to edit it.
Yeah, sorry.
Steak and chips. Taking piss.
Going to the pub for a taken piss. No, it doesn't work, does it?
I'm trying to think of something that rhymes
We wouldn't
with
be
chips.
very good rappers. We're not very good at rhyming.
Hey.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself, mate. I can spit some bars.
Would you want to pause it? We'll think about it, and we'll also grab what's it called?
Tier.
A tier?
No, that's
No,
not
we
it.
had it before. We said it before
What, for beer?
for beer.
I don't know. I thought we didn't. Just go get one. Goodbye.
We'll go grab a.
Hey, Michael, bro. I'm glad you could join me at the pub. What are you going to eat tonight?
Oh, just some shaken hips.
What's that, mate?
Oh, just a steak and chip.
Oh, get out of town, mate. Yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah, and afterwards, when we're blind, absolutely pissed,
What's the word for pissed?
Oliver Twist.
Or when I'm absolutely Oliver Twist. Is that it?
Or is it Twist?
Oliver-
Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twisted.
Yep.
Yep. And what were you going to say? What were you going to do after it?
We're going to hit the Frog and Toad.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Frog and Toad is definitely the most common one. For sure.
Yeah.
Don't you reckon? Do you want to tell
Definitely.
Are we going to tell
my
the story
parents-
about the...
My parents say Frog and Toad,
You-
or my
you
dad
s-
does.
Yeah, so am I. I feel like all dads do.
Do we have the same
If we had a
dad?
poll of does your dad say the Frog and Toad, yes or no, it'd be 100% yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah? Should
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, we'll
Okay,
do it.
cool. Should we do it now? Nah,
No,
let's not
no,
pose
no.
it again.
Let's not make more gaps in this podcast.
Hey,
You
shut
need
up,
to
man.
edit.
I have to edit it. Are we going to tell a story about the pen? Nah, we probably shouldn't.
Oh, let's put it out to our listeners. If you want to hear the story about the pen, I'm not giving you any more details than that.
Nah, give me a little bit of
I
details.
feel like
'cause
most people that listen might know.
Nah, I don't think anyone would know.
Okay.
It's more just, they wouldn't have no idea. They'd just be like, what story about
I know
the
my
pen?
university friends know about the pen.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Told them about it.
Yeah.
But
The pen
if you want to hear the pen story, it's not much of a story. It's just like a thing.
It's,
But it
Like, it's
ties
not that-
it ties into gift giving and Christmas presents and
yeah.
just like,
yeah. So
you know,
it brings up a lot of ethical questions.
It
Such a
does.
weird
It
like
does.
thing because it's not really like
yeah.
You
We
think-
can tie it,
you
we can
pen
tie it into a
story.
bit of relationship talk.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Well,
Alright.
you may as well just say it.
Well, no, I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
If they want to hear it, then
Like, all right, Michael.
we'll put up
hypothetically,
a poll. Do you want to hear the pen? Hear about the pen?
We'll do it right now. No, it's not
We'll put up a poll.
right now.
Nah, going into next week, we'll say,
Okay.
do you want to hear about the pen?
Well, speaking of something that we wanted to talk about
Yeah.
this week that we didn't last week
Mm.
was the Bundinator.
Ted Bundy. Welcome back to the Young Crumbs weekly segment about Ted Bundy.
Yep, I figured it out. The code, Michael.
What is it? Is it how to...
Nothing. It's
You
all
had to
snap.
tell me how to get away with
How do I get away
murdering
with
multiple
murder?
young women.
Ooh, yikes! No.
No.
So you haven't watched the TV show, but you've heard you've
I've been
listened to podcasts
listening to
about
some
it.
podcasts
So
about
I
it.
finally finished it,
Okay.
and it's like
This is the Ted Bundy tapes,
mm,
not the movie.
I'm like only the tapes. I'm
Okay.
about like a year and a half late. I'm pretty sure they came out ages ago.
Yep,
but
yep.
finally finished it,
Yeah.
and it was a thorough good watch.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting how it ended.
How does it end?
He escapes, and they haven't found him since.
That's not true.
That's not true.
He gets sentenced to death.
Gets sentenced to death. So they had the whole trial.
Yeah.
And he like represented himself, and then he lost, and he got sentenced to death.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had another trial, like for another like girl, and then like
Yeah.
there was this girl that he was with, technically his wife.
Yeah.
You heard about this?
Yeah.
So let me explain.
That's what
for
the
our
movie.
viewers.
That's what the movie is centered around.
Is it? Okay.
So it's like it's a lot about his relationship with the woman who's played by Lily Collins.
Yeah.
And Zac Efron's Ted Bundy.
yeah. So
but
this
yeah.
this lady is like obsessed with Ted
Yeah.
and thinks that he's innocent and he would never do anything like this.
Yeah. Not
So
my teddy bear.
Shut up. So she's like defending him and like helps him with the lawyer case.
Yep.
And then in this second trial,
Mm-hmm.
he puts her on the stand and goes, like, what do you think about me as a character? Like, would I ever do this? And she's like, no, you never do this. You're a sweet guy. And then he's like, do you love me? And she's like, yes. She's like, would you marry me? And she goes, yes.
Yep.
And he's like, are you really going to sentence me to death on my wedding day? Which is so like, just like whatever doubts you have, it just goes out the window.
Yeah.
It's like, this guy's such a weirdo. I don't know the words, but like,
Apparently, this was covered in the podcast I listened to a little bit, but it was shortly after this. Ted Bundy, it was a really weird case. Like, he was allowed to, even though he's being convicted of all this stuff, like, he was allowed to study in the library in order to, like, read up on law books and, like, at the prison and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was allowed.
One of which he escaped from. He, like, jumped out the window.
That was before the trial. So, like, there was, when he initially got arrested, this was, like, a while back.
Right.
He got arrested, and this is when the media was covering it, and, like, they didn't have, like, any solid evidence. They just had, like, a person's eyewitness think that
pretty sure it's
like
it.
Yeah. And then he was like, he would like walk. He was just in like this small jail. He would walk back and forth from the library reading law books, and that's when he escaped.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about that. But what was really strange.
What I was gonna say before was that once they were married, she was allowed to be in jail with him. She would come visit him, and they had a kid. Stay with him. They were having like. Apparently, like, the guards and stuff would, like, turn a blind eye so they could spend, like, romantic nights together in the jail cell.
Yes.
And they were, getting it on in jail.
Yeah.
And then they had a kid during the trial.
During he was on death row.
Yeah. Okay.
So he, like, I'm not sure how it works, but when you're on death row, I don't think you know when you're going to die. Like, it's just, like, a matter of, like, whenever kind of thing. So he was on it for a little while. And then they finally figured out, like, a day. They're like, he's going to die, like, this day. And then they had lawyers come in who was trying to defend Bundy, not for, like, things that he did, but they were like, you have to give him a proper trial because he tried to defend himself, but he's not a lawyer. They're like, you have to delay the death, and they did twice. And they finally couldn't delay it. And then he's like, okay, I'll admit to everything. Like, don't kill me. And they did anyways. But it's just crazy.
Did it go into detail about how he kind of like kept on giving more evidence on different cases that weren't initially related to him?
Yeah.
But he was like, I know about this one too, and I did this one. And he kind of did it to stall his death because he was like, I can keep providing you information.
That's why he did it. He was like, I'll reveal everything. Don't kill me kind of thing. And then I don't know if I think he revealed everything and then he just died anyways. But what was more crazy was at the Florida jail where he was going to die.
Yeah.
Crowds showed up to the prison and were cheering for his death. And then when what's the car that holds the coffin? What's that called again?
The hearse.
The hearse drove past. They were all like cheering it. They're like, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. People were selling T-shirts. They were like, get buzzed Bundy or something like that.
So it seems like such a weird thing that he was a clearly terrible person, and these people are in a way celebrating his death, which is kind of like, it's kind of weird. It's like, it's wrong, but it's also like, I kind of get it.
I get it, but it's also just
it's just
a sad situation in general.
It's just a bit sickening because like tied to him and this whole situation is 40 plus female young victims that had their lives taken away between the ages of like 16 and 22. Like, it's just a whole horrible situation.
It's more just sad. Not for them, but it's just like, it's just you shouldn't really be like,
you're glorifying.
I guess not glorifying, just more like
you're kind of giving him the attention.
Yeah, exactly. He sort of wanted.
A lot of serial killers do it for like they want the power and the status and the they want that. Don't fuck with cats. That documentary I told you to watch is all.
No one cares, bro.
It's all about that.
No one cares about
this guy. Just wants like this status, and he wants to be like. He loved the attention. That was all it was about.
Fuck up with cats, man.
Fucked.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Not cool, bro.
Don't do that to cats.
Yeah, don't do that to cats. But yeah, it was just crazy. Like, just the whole thing. Because like I had a few ideas, and I remember like I think we had it on the podcast. I was like, you like guess how many people he killed, and I didn't know. I was like, 20. It was like 30 odd. It's something like 30. I'm pretty sure it's more. They still don't know where bodies are.
It's pretty sure it's 40 confirmed or 40-ish confirmed, and then they think it might be upwards of 70 or 80.
Yeah,
because they just don't know.
Yeah,
because it's like missing persons cases are pretty popular, like pretty common
until they find a body.
Yeah, until you find a body,
you never know.
You don't know.
What was even more crazy was while he was doing the trial. It was a public trial, so people would come watch.
Mm.
Girls would show up.
Like fangirling him.
Fangirls would show up, and they would pass notes to his lawyer and be like, "Can you give this to Ted?"
Yeah.
Like, as in, like, I'm not sure what they said, but you know, I'm assuming like love letters and stuff. But it's like, it's just super weird.
Bizarre.
I didn't even think he was that attractive of a guy. Don't get me wrong.
Apparently, he was very charismatic.
But even then, you see him on camera, and it's like,
he kind of represented the American ideal in like a young man. Mm-hmm. But I think those fangirls, I don't think any of them, they were all kind of like under his charm in a way. Like they thought he was innocent because they were under the impression like, how could anyone
do that
like
him do that,
kill people like that? It's like, we think he's innocent, so we're supporting him, and that kind of turns into fangirly behavior. Yeah. But I don't think there's anyone out there that really, or anyone at the time, I don't think, that glorified him for the killings that he was being accused of. Yeah. Like, I think it was more the fact that we support you because we don't believe you did it.
Yeah, I think it was just sort of the sign of the times. Because like nowadays, it's like anyone could be like a serial killer because they're sort of everywhere. You know, it's a mental state, not sort of like a physical appearance.
And that was the thing back then. Like,
and it's like a lot of people saw this and they were just like, "This guy isn't the guy. What are you talking about?"
When I think serial killer or when I think mass murderer, he's not. He's not a mass murderer.
But like obviously nowadays it's very different. But like at the time, obviously research into that sort of whole thing had never ever happened. Yeah, and then that's why you need to watch Mindhunters, guys. Come on, season 3. Fuck you, man.
They cancelled it, didn't they? Season 2 is the last one.
I don't know if they did.
They did.
Fuck you. No, they didn't.
Sorry.
They didn't.
To break it to you.
They didn't.
I think it would be so draining being a psychologist. This is kind of, I just thought about, like, imagine interviewing these people and how, like you must get severely, like, it wouldn't surprise me if people that interview psychologists start developing like post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms from like how confronting, like being face to face with someone you know has like
killed, like
murdered children or something like that. Yeah, like it's just fucked. Like it's
weird.
It would be so draining and like emotional. Like, it would just be horrible.
It'd be a weird thing.
Like there are some jobs in the world where I'm like, thank fuck you're willing to, because I could not do it for even a day.
I'd be really curious.
I think curiosity would, like, I would be curious too, and I could sit through it for a bit, but there's no way I could go home and disconnect what I just learned.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. It would be like, it'd be too hard.
I feel really strange about, so they had, in the documentary, they showed the priest who came to the prison. Okay. I think it's just like everyone on death row gets that. They get like a little priest. They get to say their prayers or whatever. And like the priest spoke to the media and he's like, yeah, he felt really sorry for what he did. He didn't feel very good. And then like, I feel really strange for him because he would feel two different ways. Obviously, he's a priest. He shouldn't really pass judgment. I don't really know how it works, but he's probably just like, almost feel sorry. Like, this guy's about to die. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then there was another guy, I think like this guy was an officer. And he was talking about how, like a day before he was due to die, he was sitting with him, and they were like recording stuff. And then Bundy's like, "I don't want him to give them the power of killing me. Like I just want to kill myself right now. Like I have it." Like he had a pen. Yeah. And he's like, "I could do it right now. Like I don't want to give them the power." Yeah. And then the guy convinced him not to because he's like, "Look, if there's a god up there, and you've already killed 40 people." Like, killing one more, like, might, I don't know, change the outcome of where you go kind of thing. And then he never did. But it's crazy to think, like...
Yeah, right.
He so obsessed with power that letting someone else sort of do it.
It's absolutely
And it was
bizarre.
So weird hearing about the whole process of the electric chair. Like, they, like, shave his head. They put a wet sponge on his head. It's like, that's just terrifying. Like, I was like, imagine, like... tomorrow you're gonna die. It's like helpless. Ugh, it's scary. Anyways,
the electric chair is like brutal.
Yeah,
I remember they thought. I think at the time they thought it was like a really humane way to go, but it was discovered.
They all die.
Later.
So
it was discovered later that it's not at all.
Yeah. I mean, it goes into the topic of like, do you think there should be a death penalty, Michael?
It's a toughie.
It's a
like
toughie.
usually on most like kind of
It's always that grey area.
in quotes controversial topics, I'm pretty set on what I think.
And what is
like you can ask me most things and I'd be like, oh, easy, it's this. But the death penalty is something that I feel like I've really kind of mulled over for a long time, and I've never come up with an answer for myself.
Oh, so you just feel
I'm
different.
still unsure.
Yeah.
I'm not a religious person at all. Like I would consider myself an atheist, maybe agnostic atheist on a good day.
On a good day.
But I think it's like, I feel like I'm a little bit spiritual in the sense that I don't think I should ever have the power to take someone's life.
Yeah. But
Like,
what if that person's
I think it's
taken other
completely.
people's?
I think it's one of the worst things you can do, which is like take someone's life.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, it's not, as much as I'm not religious, I still don't feel like it's my, or say it might not be my job, but it's like, it seems weird to support the idea of like taking someone's life. That being said though, usually like if you just tell me, sometimes the worse the crime, I'm like, they should suffer. I don't think you should kill them because they need to suffer.
Yeah.
They need to like sit in a jail cell.
I think the death penalty comes down to whether people deserve second chances. Because some people are like, nah, that's it. They should just die. Whereas
Yeah.
I feel like people change a lot. And like I know there's some bad people out there that probably deserve to die. But I feel like the majority, you know, I don't think there really should be. Because like I feel like you said, there's rehabilitation. And if not, they just stay in jail their whole life and die anyway. So
well,
I
I think the death penalty's only for like the most severe crimes anyway.
Yeah.
So it's a.
I'm not sure how it works now. Like I honestly have no idea. I know back in like, because he committed the crime, Ted Bundy in Florida, and they had the death penalty. Obviously, and that's how he died. But I don't know if they still have it. I know that's not in Australia.
I don't think they do.
But I don't know. See,
I would say they don't.
You think so?
Well, then maybe not. Maybe they do. I'm not sure.
See, we don't know.
But
I know we don't have it here.
I was going to say another thing.
What are you going to say? Think about it. Think about it.
Oh, using my words. The worse the crime, usually I'm like, no, they deserve to suffer. But at the same time, I feel like it does the victims. I feel like the victims of a crime, I think if I was a victim of a crime, I'd be like, I just want this kind of part of my life to be over. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've read, it was either in a podcast or I listened to like a first-hand account on a podcast or radio once where they talked about someone who had been the victim of a crime, like a pretty horrendous crime, like their friend was murdered or like their daughter was murdered by someone. And they didn't feel like they never had closure. Like they found the guy, he was in prison for life. But they felt like they never had closure or like felt like they could like move on in a way or never felt comfortable until the news came that he had died in jail.
Oh, okay.
And then they were like,
thank God.
Like they were carrying around this weight of their life knowing that some guy who did this horrendous thing is still out, like still exists. And that was enough to kind of keep them on edge and be like kind of looking over their shoulder or have flashbacks to it and things like that. Like just that thought alone. And then when he passed away, it was like, oh, I can finally let go of this because I know it's no longer a thing. And so I kind of support it for that reason. I think it like does as horrible as it is, it's like
does the victims sort of
as much as you might want like, but in wanting someone to suffer for their crimes, it's like you're still kind of caught up on it. Yeah. Which might sound good short term, but I think long term for anyone, whether you're a victim of the crime or like you're part of the system.
Well, the same thing in
you would want to move on from it and let the whole thing kind of be not forgotten, but at least like have it not be a part of your life. Yeah.
Well, in the Bundy tapes, there was the girl who got kidnapped, but she escaped. Yeah. So she heard the news. So he like escaped prison a few times.
Yeah. Okay.
And she like, I can imagine her being freaked out.
Yeah, you'd be
the point
terrified.
That like the guy who tried to kill you has now escaped from jail. Not sure if he would ever like go back, but yeah, it was just like I get that feeling.
Oh yeah,
but
like there's a there's a few Ted Bundy survivors.
Yeah.
Which are like women that found themselves in a situation with him but managed to escape or get out. One of the first ever like proposed cases of like him assaulting someone was him breaking into a dorm room or like a unit block or something, and a girl was sleeping and he physically assaulted her and started like beating her in her sleep, and her male roommate started talking in his sleep, and that made him think, oh fuck, there's someone in the house that's awake, and get out of there. And she stayed there unconscious for like 15 hours until all of a sudden people were like, holy fuck, like, where is she? Let's break down her door and find her. She was in bed like with horrific injuries for 15 hours unconscious. She ended up making like a pretty much full recovery apart from like some physical ailments.
Wow.
But like she was like what they thought was one of the first survivors.
Yeah, right.
And I know for a fact, she went on to do like amazing things.
Yeah.
And like didn't really let it affect her, even though he was out there, and they never knew who he was for years and years.
Yeah.
Until he got caught like multiple years later.
And that's when she's like,
and
that
that's
was him.
yeah. But like I can imagine you would feel like it's following
Right,
you.
you couldn't be able to sleep.
It would be
it'd
be tough as, yeah.
I remember him, like, they said in the tapes that he helped the FBI research what serial killers were and what they did and the things that they used to do.
By simply being a case study, or did they like question him like he's an expert on the subject?
He himself, so one particular thing is serial killers will return to the scene of the crime that they committed.
Right.
So if you find the body and keeping people there, you'll sometimes catch the person because they return to where it is because they take pleasure in what they did.
Yeah.
So like things like that.
Yeah,
It sort of helps, which is really, like, obviously really weird because we're not serial killers, but it's just like...
It's a really fucked thing from the Ted Bundy case.
What?
When he was cremated after they killed him.
Didn't they spread it out in the mountains?
And they spread it out in the same mountains that a lot of his victims were buried.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
I think he gave locations of exactly where he buried bodies. Like,
so
he's like,
you're keeping track of them.
He's
like
going down,
insane.
like as you go down Route 34, there's like a boulder, you turn left there, and it's like there.
Yeah.
It's like, it's fucked up, but
yeah.
anyways, it just makes you depressed for a bit. But,
it does a bit.
But he died, and they all cheered. And they sold t-shirts, so it's all good. You want
You
to wrap it up?
Dude, yeah.
What did you want to say?
We can talk about it next episode. I was going to talk about when,
Harold Holt.
Who's the terrorist in charge of Al Qaeda?
Oh, Bin Laden.
Bin Laden. When Bin Laden died, the whole of America like partied for 24 hours.
Did you see?
Do you remember that footage in America? Like everyone's on the streets drinking.
When was it? 2008?
Out of celebration. 2008 maybe.
Did you see the Zero Dark 40, the movie about it?
Yeah, it was under the Obama presidency. I think it was like one of the first things he did.
Yeah.
It was like maybe 2009 or 2008.
That's a really good movie. I want to watch that again. Zero Dark 30.
Is that the one with Chris Pratt?
I think so. No. Is Chris Pratt's... Was that the one where he's a sniper?
No, that's...
that's someone else.
That's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. I think Chris Pratt's in it. He's at the very end. Like, he's a soldier dude. But it's about this girl who was like... Did like so much intensive like research into where he lived. And then they found like this place in Pakistan. So it wasn't even in Afghanistan. It was in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Really high walls. Like this full compound. And they're like pretty suspicious. They're like... constantly tracked it, and they never saw him, but they were like, they checked the rubbish, and they like sort of had like this sort of vague notion, and they were like, let's just do it, and it ended up being him. But it's a really good movie though. Like if you haven't seen it, it's just about like how they figured it out, kind of thing.
It's pretty interesting,
and how it's sort of like all on this girl, and they're like, is he there? And she's like, I believe.
Was she American?
100%, yeah.
But yeah, okay.
She's like, I believe 100% that he's there. Like, it was all on her, basically, kind of thing. And it ended up being right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Cool.
All right,
you never seen that? No?
No, I've never seen the show.
Good show. I swear it got nominated for an Oscar or something. But anyway.
Maybe.
Wrap it up,
Bin Laden actor. He did a great job portraying his character.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for listening to the Young Crumbs podcast. Oh, good catch. Sean just dropped the mic.
Holy bang, mic drop.
Drop the mic. Hey, please don't. They're expensive.
Episode 33.
Episode 33
of the Young Crumbs podcast. Thanks for listening. You can follow me at Sean MOB_Bull99.
Mine is MOB_Y_Dick. That's
We didn't even talk about the one topic that girl gave us.
Emily in Paris.
Emily in Paris.
Fuck it. We'll cover it next week.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, thanks for listening. You follow us at the Young Crumbs Podcast. No dots, no spaces, no underscores. That's it.
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
We're on Instagram.
You're on Instagram.
Should we get a Twitter?
I was just thinking that.
Probably not.
Probably not. No,
Yeah.
no, all right. Let's be real.
See you guys.
I don't have a Twitter. Anyways, yeah, thanks. Bye.